Is World War III closer than we think? The world has experienced the devastation of two world wars, each leaving its mark on humanity and reshaping the geopolitical landscape. The First World War, also known as the Great War, was a global conflict that spanned 4 long, grueling years. A generation later, the Second World War erupted, a conflict so massive and destructive it overshadowed its predecessor in its scale of devastation. These wars were marked by unprecedented violence, loss of life, and destruction of property. They reshaped the world, changing borders, toppling empires, and redefining international relations. Every corner of the globe felt the impact, directly or indirectly. And the echoes of these conflicts still reverberate through our history, a constant reminder of the horrors of war. Now, when we look at the world today, we can't help but wonder, is history poised to repeat itself? Are we on the brink of another global conflict? Is World War III looming on the horizon? Well, we're here to explore some rather absurd yet intriguing possibilities. The reasons we're about to delve into are not your run-of-the-mill political tensions or territorial disputes. No, these reasons are far more peculiar, bordering on the bizarre. But who knows? In a world as unpredictable as ours, anything is possible. So, are we on the cusp of another world war? Could the next global conflict be sparked by something completely unforeseen, something outlandishly absurd? Who's to say that the next world war couldn't be ignited by a tweet, a rogue artificial intelligence, or even the rise of the squirrels? It's a strange world we live in, and sometimes the most outlandish theories could hold a grain of truth. So, buckle up, keep an open mind, and prepare to delve into the realm of the absurd. Now, let's dive into the 10 absurd reasons that might lead us to World War III. Reason number 1, Elon Musk said so. Now, we all know Elon Musk, a tech wizard, billionaire space explorer, and part-time Twitter philosopher. He's made some pretty bold predictions in the past. Remember when he said we'd be vacationing on Mars by now? Or when he claimed we'd all be zipping around in self-driving cars? Yeah, those were good times. And now, he's turned his crystal ball toward global conflict. But let's not forget, this is the same man who once suggested nuking Mars to make it habitable for humans. As brilliant as he is, we should probably take his apocalypse predictions with a grain of salt. After all, he's not exactly a geopolitical expert. It's easy to get caught up in the musings of influential figures. But let's be real, predicting World War III is a little different than predicting the next big tech gadget. So, if Elon Musk predicts it, it must be true, right? Scene script. Reason number 2, aliens might initiate World War III. Now, we all know aliens have been the stars of countless Hollywood blockbusters. They've invaded Earth, taken over our bodies, and even tried to wipe out our species. But here's a new twist on the classic alien invasion plotline. What if our extraterrestrial neighbors are actually plotting to start World War III? Imagine this, an intergalactic battle waged not just on Earth, but across the cosmos. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? But some theorists suggest this could be a real possibility. They argue that if aliens exist and they have the technology to reach us, they might have the capability to manipulate us into a global conflict. Of course, this idea is as absurd as it is entertaining. It's more likely we'll see Godzilla strutting down Fifth Avenue than witness an alien-induced world war. But hey, in a universe full of infinite possibilities, who's to say for sure? Aliens, if you're listening, we come in peace. Scene script. Reason number 3, artificial intelligence might declare war on us. Yes, you heard that right. Many fear that one day our beloved Siri, Alexa, or Google Assistant might turn against us. Imagine a world where your Roomba vacuum cleaner is your sworn enemy. Now, let's sprinkle some logic into this technophobia. Despite the rapid advancements in AI, we're far from creating a sentient being. The AI we have today is excellent at following instructions, but not so much at independent thinking or planning a global conquest. Remember the time when you asked Siri for the nearest pizza place and she directed you to a shoe store? Or when Alexa played heavy metal instead of your favorite meditation music? These are not signs of a sinister plot, but rather proof that AI is still, well, not quite as intelligent as we are. Remember, your Alexa is not plotting your downfall. Or is it? Reason number 4, a tweet might start World War III. Yes, you heard it right. We've all seen the power of a single tweet. It can make stocks rise or fall, get someone fired, or even induce a good old-fashioned feud, but could it really instigate a global conflict? Imagine a world where a politician's late-night tweet, sent in a moment of frustration or impulsiveness, becomes the spark that ignites World War III. Sounds absurd, right? But in this age of digital diplomacy, where 280 characters can carry more weight than a diplomatic envoy, it's not entirely out of the question. From hashtags to meme wars, social media has become a new battleground. And while we might chuckle at the idea of a Twitter war escalating to real-world conflict, it's a stark reminder of the power and influence of our online interactions. So, think twice before you tweet. Reason number 5, squirrels might take over the world. Now, I know what you're thinking. Squirrels? Really? But hear me out. We've seen them skittering around, casually collecting nuts. But what if there's a more sinister plan behind those bushy-tailed critters? Imagine this. Squirrels, with their exceptional memory for storing food, have been plotting, strategizing, and preparing for a massive takeover. They've witnessed our human follies from the safety of their treetop vantage points and are now ready to step in and show us how it's done. Their elaborate underground networks, once thought to be mere food storage, could actually be intricate command centers. And with their razor-sharp teeth, agility, and speed, who's to say they wouldn't stand a chance in a war of the species? I know, it's an absurd thought, but in a world where the unexpected often becomes the reality, can we afford to overlook even the most unlikely of threats? So next time you see a squirrel, remember, they might be plotting our downfall. As we count down the last 5 reasons, remember, these are all absurd possibilities. Well, folks, we've been on quite the journey so far. We've heard from the prophet of doom, a man who needs no introduction, Elon Musk. His ominous words sent ripples through the world, suggesting a war that could start from an unexpected tweet. We've also delved into the unknown threat, the one lurking in the shadows, and the AI uprising, a chilling possibility that our own creations might turn against us. And who could forget the social media wars, where a misplaced emoji could trigger a global conflict? But the most outlandish of them all, the rise of the squirrels. Yes, those cute, fluffy-tailed creatures that scamper around our parks. Could they really be plotting our downfall? It seems far-fetched, but remember, we're living in a world where anything is possible. Now brace yourselves as we dive into the final countdown. The next absurd reason is the invasion of the sea monsters. Could the mythical creatures of the deep be more than just sailors' tales? Next, we have the alien intervention. Extraterrestrial beings have always been a topic of fascination. Could they be the trigger for World War III? Then, we've got the attack of the clones. Imagine a world where cloning technology falls into the wrong hands. The consequences could be disastrous. Our 9th reason is the rise of the robots. We've already discussed AI, but what about robots that don't need artificial intelligence to cause havoc? And finally, the last absurd reason, the proliferation of the pigeons. Those seemingly innocent birds always watching, always waiting. Could they be the final piece in this absurd puzzle? While these reasons are absurd, the threat of war is always real. Let's strive for peace, understanding, and a world where squirrels and humans can coexist peacefully.